Well, Dr. McCoy, it's time to make another video for our YouTube channel. Any ideas for topics?
I've got an idea. And here they are, this month's horror packs. Yes, indeed it is true. Just in time for this week's video, this month's horror packs have arrived on my porch. So as is our way, we're going to take a few minutes to open up the boxes, see what movies they've sent us, and discuss whether they look promising or not. As I alluded to in the introduction, I was actually a little bit short of ideas for this week's video, not because I'm out of ideas, but in fact because I have too many ideas and I've started working on some larger projects that I just haven't finished in time to put up on YouTube this week. So I feel a little bit rescued by this month's horror packs. They came just in time, so as you see, obviously, a video is posted on time. And so, without further ado, let's open them up and see what we have received for March of 2021 from the people at HorrorPack. Here's the first pack. And here comes pack number 2. Here's the second pack. Alright, let's look at this one first. I can tell by the spines it is the DVD pack. Alright, let's see what we've got. The first one is ABCs of Death 2. I actually haven't watched any of these ABCs of Death programs. I am well aware of them. I've seen many clips, but I've never actually sat down and watched an entire program. So for those of you who don't know, the premise of this program is that 26 different directors produce 26 different short films. So this is an anthology program. And the idea is that each film, corresponding to a different letter of the alphabet, details a different method of death. So I'm interested to watch this because, like I said, though I've never seen the entire program, I have seen clips. I'm interested to finally watch the entire thing. So we're off to a good start here in March. And next up is The Attic. It says it's from the director of Pet Sematary. I'm assuming that's the new Pet Sematary? Let's see. No, in fact, this is the director of the original 1980s Pet Sematary, which, let's face it, was a much better film, so that bodes well, I think. Let me read the back to you. It says, about a month after Emma Callan and her family move into their seemingly picture-perfect Victorian home, Emma starts to have ghastly visions of a girl who appears to be her twin, but is pure evil. Since no one else has seen this demonic double, Emma is faced with two terrifying prospects. Either she's going insane, or she's actually being haunted by a malevolent spirit determined to destroy anyone who dares delve into the dark mysteries of the attic. That sounds very much like the creepy sort of story that I like, where they play with the idea and the ambiguity of maybe there's a real ghost or demon or spirit or evil force or whatever it is, or maybe people are just going insane for whatever reason. I really like that sort of ambiguity, so I'm excited to give this one a watch. And third out of the DVD pack is Chop. Revenge is best taken piece by piece, it says. A horror comedy classic. Let's see what the back says. Lance Reed, a seemingly innocent man, is forced by a psychotic stranger to confront his duplicitous past. The mysterious stranger, seeking retribution for a past crime, forces Lance to reveal his innermost secrets by systematically removing his limbs. As time runs out and Lance's limb count dwindles, he must recall what he's done to the stranger before he doesn't have a head to remember with. Jam-packed with laughs, gore, and some insane twists, Chop is the directorial debut of Dead Girls screenwriter and trauma veteran Trent Haga. Sounds interesting. There's some pedigree to this. I've always liked a good trauma film, and it sounds like an interesting, twisted sort of a comedy. I do like a film that finds some interesting gore effects. Even if it's maybe not the best film in the world, it should be a fun film. So I'm also looking forward to watching this one. And last out of the DVD pack is Crow. Life Giver and Life Taker, the cover says. I should clarify right from the start, this is Crow, this is not The Crow, so don't be confused. Let me read the back to you on this one. Crow is protector of the wood. He's lived there since ruthless developer Tucker brutally moved on him and his tribe from the nearby farmstead. Now Tucker wants the wood, too, intent on building a mansion, an ego extension of his dynastic ambition for him and his trophy wife, Alicia. Crow will defend it with his life. The battle begins, but Tucker doesn't realize that he must contend with a boy who has the power of nature behind him. Before the day is done, he will learn the real meaning of terror and see the true cost of the wood's destruction. I have to be honest, this plot of evil developer moving against natives, moving against nature, this sort of neo-environmentalist horror, really doesn't do much for me anymore. I think that idea was a good idea when it was done the first time, but in general, it's not all that interesting the subsequent million times that we've seen it. That having been said, this looks like it's well cast. It sounds like it could be well made, so I'll watch it with an open mind, even though I'm a little bit skeptical of the plot based on the description on the back. I still have hopes that it will end up surpassing my expectations. Alright, and let's look at what must be the Blu-ray pack. Yes, I can tell by the spines that it is. And the first one to come out of the Blu-ray pack is Child of Satan. Knowledge leads to extinction, is what it says. This is one that I'm not actually familiar with. According to the back, knowledge leads to extinction. After an accident during her baby shower, Allison, a dedicated nurse, is rushed to the hospital. After the birth of her son, strange events emerge. Vivid dreams and unexplained killings. That doesn't really tell me much. I've always liked a demonic baby sort of a story, so I'm guessing that's what this is. I know nothing about it, so cautiously optimistic, let's say. And the next one to come out of the Blu-ray pack is Critters Attack. I haven't seen this one yet. This is the newest Critters movie, and it came out, oh geez, I want to say, 3-4 years ago, maybe 5 years. I haven't seen this one yet. It's of course a sequel to the Critters franchise that started back in the 80s. I have seen the first few Critters movies, not this one. The first few were certainly a lot of fun, certainly worth a watch. I'm looking forward to trying this one as well. Critters Attack. And the description on the back of this one says, mysterious alien critters have crash-landed in a small college town, devouring every living thing they encounter. Drea and the kids she's babysitting must try desperately to save themselves from the ravenous rolling beasts. Will she discover her inner badass, and will it be enough to stop the critter onslaught? Sounds like a lot of fun. I've always liked a good creature movie. I've always liked the Critters movies. Looking forward to Critters Attack. And the third out of the Blu-ray pack is Killer Movie. Let's have a look. What does the back say? In the world of reality TV... Whoops, there's a sticker. In the world of reality TV, producer Seton Brookstone is used to handling spoiled celebrities, testy crews, and unexpected setbacks. But no one is prepared when the shooting crew finds itself stranded in the remote northern town of White Plains with a killer on the loose. As past suspicions, betrayals, and secrets are revealed, the nightmare of shooting this reality show becomes all too real for director Jake Tanner, his crew, and his star, Hollywood celebrity Bianca Champion. Stars Kaylee Cuoco from the Big Bang Theory. I've never actually seen her in anything else, so curious to give it a try. It sounds like a pretty standard plot, but as we all know, particularly in the horror genre, standard plots can often lead in interesting new directions, so I'm somewhat, again, cautiously optimistic about Killer Movie. And finally, last but certainly not least, I'm guessing must be the HorrorPack exclusive. It is indeed exclusive number 57. This is After Dark. According to the description on the back, spring break for 7 college students is derailed with one wrong turn. A flat tire on a deserted road leaves them stranded after dark in the company of a menacing drifter who may or may not be trying to help. As night falls and friends start to disappear, those that remain are forced to head into the open desert to find help or become the victims of an unseen killer. Once again, a standard sort of a plot, hopefully taken in some interesting new directions by a good writer and a good director and a good cast. As has often been the case with these HorrorPack exclusive Blu-rays, this was one that I was not previously familiar with, so I really don't know what to expect. I'm hoping for good things. And in fact, hoping for good things seems to be an apt description of many of these movies. There are only a couple that I really knew anything about, so they all look interesting, some more so than others. I'm keen to watch them. I'm keen to see which ones end up living up to my hopes and expectations. But as you know, if you watched my previous video where I reviewed 6 months worth of HorrorPack movies, I've overall been very impressed by the quality of the films that they're sending me. There have been a couple of duds to be sure, but overall, they've all been good to great, so I'm optimistic that these will continue that trend. Well, that brings us once again to the end of our time together. I'm going to go start watching some horror movies and going to go back to work on my next YouTube videos. Do make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss anything. I have some exciting things planned for the next several videos, so I'm hoping to get those out to you soon. And in the meantime, as always, take care and stay scared.